Alright, so pretty much a very intense day. Fuck, I got stung by a bee. I was harvesting, okay? I was, harvesting grapes, and I felt a sudden, pain on my ankle. And I was like, I must have stepped on some very venomous plant, or poisonous plant, whatever the fuck it's called. It hurts a lot, like it must have some very sharp spikes or something. I look down and I see this fucking insect, this yellow motherfucker. Oh, fuck, this gotta be one of those mosquitoes or one of those flies that bites or something. I was like, fuck. I hit it. I go like, what the fuck? I kind of express pain, not like but like, what? I kind of stop walking, so that other people can notice that and kind of tell me something. I'm like, I don't know, like if I felt pain, like other people are like, are you okay? Are you okay? And then a person tells me, "Bro, you got like fucking wasps behind your back." I'm like, what? Like they were walking on my fucking jacket. And what are you talking about? Like, and then I realize, I turn around, I see all those wasps flying around me and around us, and we start running outside of the trenches of the little trees that grow that you have to take grapes from. Okay, I don't know how they're called. And we start going running, and I get fucking stung. Meanwhile, okay, I'm trying to understand where the fuck these wasps are, because they told me they're inside my clothes basically, and I'm scared. I didn't find them yet, but I tried to take off my jacket. So at the moment I still have only one sting on the ankle. I'm trying to take off my stuff, and yeah, I feel a pain, so I kind of panic and take everything off. I go, I take all my shirts off. It was kind of cold at the time, but I didn't give a fuck at the moment, adrenaline. And yeah, I mean, I was stung again on the hip. I think you can see something here. Yeah, wait, let me turn the light on me. There is a bit of redness now, and one on the ankle, which was way worse. I mean, at the moment my ankle is fucking swelling. So I mean, that was a first timer, which I like. I mean, I like making new experiences, but albeit the positive, it did hurt. But anyway, it's just an experience I can tell someone. That's cool. Okay, I like it. What I don't like is that I'm probably allergic. Okay, then I've not had any tests done. This is the first time I get stung by a wasp. So I don't know if I'm allergic. I did fear I was allergic, and in fact I didn't know if I was. So I took the medicine to lower histamines, antihistamines, is it called that way? And because a person offered me a little pill for that, I was like, yeah, why not? Worst case scenario, I get a little sleepy and shit. So I take the medicine there, and I come back home, and yeah, I mean, it's swelling. It didn't stop the whole thing, obviously, but yeah. So I think I am going on some pills now, antihistamine stuff, and yeah, that's kind of what I have to do now. But yeah, this was the highlight of the day. Getting stung by a bee, and it's kind of it. There are 2 days left on the harvest for me, maybe, because maybe I get the contract prolonged. And yeah, so other things I do besides working is kind of stay on Obsidian and either take notes, learn stuff, which sounds very cool when I say that, learn stuff, organize and review flashcards. Okay, that is also one thing. Tick off to-dos, write down stuff. It really sounds cool when I say that. And it actually is in a certain sense, because that's literally the only thing I procrastinate on. Because the procrastination, as I was about to say, as much as it sounds cool, I still procrastinate on this, meaning I I just wait. Okay, sorry. Meaning I just say on the app, and this is the Obsidian, by the way. This is the software I'm talking about, the note-taking app, which it is very customizable. Fucking hell. And yeah, kind of. I mean, not procrastinate. Yes, like, a few days ago, I was kind of very fucking drilled into this thing, and I was doing so many things. I arguably was wasting so much time, and yeah, it didn't feel good. A few days later, I don't know why, but I just have so many things set up, and I have so many systems and so many nuances and things I want to do to make this thing like work good and perfect, and I want to make it very minimalistic in a sense, not too much, so like it is very messy, and I felt like I couldn't even start taking notes because I wanted to make things good, which I know is not good. I want to find links beforehand, which is not great, I guess. Maybe I should resize my thinking a little bit. But yeah, I decided to, like, it was a very good learning experience to show me that this is not working, okay? This is just not working, so I have to do something else. The way I was going about it, for example, one small problem was that every time I created a new node with the discovery template, which is the kind of the basic template I use to literally study anything from concepts to definitions to whole topics. Okay, I go with the discovery node that just adds a few headings like my idea, my questions before and during, and the learning process, which is a big chunk, and then there is conclusions. So I had my questions like this. It was before and after. This is a data view query. Basically, if I make links that have the question tag in it, they will show up here as a list. So it is kind of automatically displaying all the questions I produced, I came up with while studying that topic, which can be anything from a compound, from a topic, from a definition, from anything I told you before. So that was kind of big. As you saw, like the table was pretty large. And imagine if I wanted to just write down a very simple thing. It is fucking annoying to have my idea, questions before, during, a big fucking table show up when I want to just like write down a few things. So I was kind of stuck in well, I don't want to write that down because I will have to create a fucking new template, and that's annoying. I tried to work around it by creating another template. It was like a simpler version, but still it was a bit big, and honestly it was just did not, like, it was adding more templates, and I hate adding more stuff. It was getting very cluttered. So all of this stuff. Then also, I don't know, man, I wanted to make the template like specific ways of writing stuff, and I didn't want to write some things and some other things. Also implementing excaliDraw is kind of messy, and all these problems. I was like, man, I gotta make things easier. So conclusions, for example, conclusions. I made an automation that basically takes all the answers from the questions, if there are any answers, and displays them in the conclusion. This is one thing I did. And this kind of begs the question, should I really need a question before and after and during, display? Because if I have the conclusions that basically takes all the answer from the questions, do I need them? Maybe not, okay? Also, this thing of, making questions and giving answers sounds cool and very methodic. At the same time, though, it is very time consuming because you have to create a node, like a question, then open a node, write down your question, and then write down the answer. While in terms of efficiency of learning, what you could just do is literally go on Google, type your questions, or go on ChatGPT and type your question without like skipping all the data writing down of your fucking thinking. And it's cool because you have it stored somewhere, so like at that time you got that question and you asked it. It's cool to have it, but from a efficiency standpoint, I want to learn stuff standpoint, it's not very efficient. So I decided to make to turn the quoted text, which you can this sign on the keyboard, there is this sign and this sign. You can do a fucking quoted text, and I want to make those my kind of internal monologue of when I write down the learning process. Maybe I get a breakthrough. So I'm like, oh, but like this, because it's like this, like it's like a kind of an internal, like informal, very personal thought that kind of is a breakthrough. It's like I learned something new. I broke a limiting belief. I learned a misconception. I fixed a misconception. I had a breakthrough. So I write those down that way. I've been doing this, like, I started one day and I kind of liked it, so I kept doing it. I think it may be cool if I could take those texts and with the JavaScript which I've already done, like I've already used JavaScript to display the questions and the answers. I would like to do a similar JavaScript to display all the quoted text in the conclusion to further automate the conclusions. Because so far, the only way to automate the conclusions was to write down every fucking question I had in my head. And as you can guess, that is very, not only time consuming, very inefficient, because you have to write the question, create a new note, add the template, maybe add the, your thoughts of what you were thinking, and then add an answer, which should be pretty elaborate, because you will have to read it later, and it also can act as a flashcard, so I wanna format it in a certain way so that I can remember it later. So all this messy stuff, well, I could just, again, Google the answer, learn it, and have it in my head without even having to write it down, and to have it as a flashcard maybe. So yes, it was automatic, but realistically speaking, I would have never used it. Or if I used it, which I've tried, I found that it was very impractical, took too much time, and by the time I was writing down the answer, I kind of already understood it, and I was trying to just figure out how to write down the answer in my own terms and in my own words, and how to write that down so it is coherent with reality and it doesn't conflict with existing terminology and definitions. So it was kind of not very practical, again. So automated, yes, but no. So I was like, okay, let's just, if I have a small, let's do that only with big questions, which is still something cool. Like, there was a great automation. I love that automation. I don't want to just throw that in the bin, because it literally took one day to figure out, so I don't want to, maybe for ego, I don't want to throw that out, because maybe I committed to that, but this is what I thought. For big questions, which require bigger research, I'm going to write the question down. While for small questions that I can just Google and understand quickly, I don't want to automate them and write them down every fucking each of them, and in the conclusion I will just write down what I understood and what I broke through after researching, doing a quick research and informing myself a little bit on that, and I will add a quoted text with my breakthrough. I'm like, oh, this is like this because this is like this, okay? And every time I do those, they will get automatically, hopefully with a JavaScript I will write, not me, ChatGPT will write, be written on the conclusion. So I have further optimized conclusions without wasting too much time creating new questions notes. Okay, that was a long one. Today I also got some, many things happened today. I got some feedback from a guy I used to help. I helped with his body transformation journey. I was like, yo man, I'm so sorry, because he texted me like 1 month ago, but I don't use School anymore. I don't use Telegram ever, so I don't really get those messages. I use WhatsApp, and he doesn't have it. So we kind of were texting on the two platforms. So I opened the fucking site, and it was his message. Man, it was 1 month ago, but like a few days ago he wrote, or maybe 1 month ago, he wrote like, yo man, I really made progress. I need to write a review for your product. I was like, wow, thank you, man. I'm also very glad he was making progress, because holy fuck, like thanks to you I made progress. That's amazing. That feels amazing. Okay, that's just beautiful. Also I'm getting like a client of mine told me that he was gonna try the cannibal diet because he has like problems, and had bad like metabolic health, and so he was gonna try carnivore. It was like, that's amazing, man. Like I was helping him understand all the things. He was kind of assisting him, so that's another cool thing. And let me think. Today I did a bunch of stuff. I'm trying to fix the rollover to do plugin modification, which I did last day. Also, another person texted me that I also knew on Adonis Gang, which is a community made on school. Just like I knew him because I don't know why I knew him, but I got his number and we used to text. We didn't text for fucking months. Then he texted me back for, oh fuck, I have to send the hours. Fuck. Shit. I'm sorry if I interrupt myself, but I've got to send the hours of working as a dishwasher to my agency. Let me find it. Cause I was working. I thought I sent them, but apparently I only sent one, so that's cool. Wait a second. Skip 10 seconds. Okay, so I also texted Jimmy. I was like, how's your phone going? Have you been able to set up the clock? Sorry, the watch. I had him buy a watch. It was very funny. I also got some other feedback from other people that for some reason still text me, like about the clients of mine that I didn't expect them to text me, but he did. How about him doing the blood test and him like telling me, updating me on what his nutritionist tells him to do, which I don't really agree with, but it's a side point. I added lots more of shortcuts and shit. I also got a lead from Reddit that that he couldn't, like, he was like, I don't have much money, but if you want I can trade your course with my editing, maybe, because he's a photographer, like he's a self-employed photography, which is amazing. So I was like, you know what, I'm actually down. That's actually a good offer for me, because at the moment I'm lacking editing. Okay, I don't want to edit, so I was like, fuck yeah. I mean, if you want to edit some of my coming course modules, that would be amazing. So I also got that. Hopefully, if he replies and doesn't ghost me, I would love that. And I learned inline buttons in Obsidian. So this is one thing, I want to fix a bunch of stuff on my board. I'm slowly like getting back into, at the beginning I told you that I'm not liking the workflow I have because it's very not practical. And those times of wasting my day were very useful, because they kind of directing me into fixing this, because I cannot live with it. I cannot take notes like that. I gotta make it easier, so I'm implementing more and more things, more and more shortcuts and things. For example, at the beginning I had a desktop, a home, and a daily note. They were kind of functioning as windows where I could navigate all the things, because this is not a folder hierarchy, so you need a better way to navigate. And the map, the graph view is not very practical either. So I made a desktop with need priority, and I maybe had a file that I needed to work on, maybe, or created today, edited today, all this shit. Now I also had a home note with other things, similar things actually. I had a mocks, like a mocks heading where I displayed most of my mocks. I had created today seeds, like a list of newly created nodes that didn't work on all this shit. So yeah, a bunch of stuff. And I was like, you know what, I'm blending more things. So for example, I blend the home tab with the desktop tab. Also with buttons, I fucking implemented the Open Today button, so I don't have to use the sidebar thingy, and I can use that. And I also put them on the sidebar, you know, all the things I told in the other videos. Also review flashcards, but now with inline buttons, as I said before, I learned how to write inline buttons. It's way cooler. Look at this. Like now it's just this thing here, so I can just boop, Open Today. Okay, big mistake. Fuck. Yeah, I should have been pinned. I don't know why. Also, I added the today button here. So if I'm not, like, let's say I'm here, I can click today. Now it is not here because it was not. Yeah, it was not updated because this is the first day I'm doing this. So it will be from here on. But from here on, I can click today, and it will bring me to today, which is today. So for example, let's say I create a new day. Okay, here it's okay, it's the 3rd. I click today, bam, to today, and I can navigate with this instead of going backward and forward. So that's cool. And I basically had them next to each other. So wait, let me fix this here. Okay, so I basically have them here and here, one next to each other. Let me see one thing here. Okay, so now it's opening them here. So even the review flashcards, I can click this and it will open the flashcard stuff. Very useful, man. But yeah, I'm in the process of that. And what I wanted to add is, like, for example, in the home screen, I would like to condense even more the quick access, you know, navigation tab in the daily note. It will be amazing. So I have all of the tasks and navigation all together. I don't have to switch between them because I use the daily note side panel, sort of side note, because I can quickly like check and add new tasks instead of going into the file, which takes a lot of time, by the way. It looks very, you know, they tell you it is very easy to search things, and just press this key and search for your thing. But it takes time, it takes mental effort. Well, having a sidebar was actually a genius idea. And having a sidebar with literally this motherfucker here, a list of your to-dos, I can just come here, blah, type, and I can tick them. Yeah, I did this. Okay, so that's cool, it's very handy. But now, for example, I have to switch between this and this if I want to navigate. It would be cool if I could make this tab, okay, this tab on top, maybe like some navigation tab. And the reason I'm not doing this is because actually I already have this. This is the daily note. I already have the this, you know, repetition learning thing, which I'm not really using, honestly, because I have space repetition now. I think I made this before I had space repetition. This is why this is kind of obsolete right now. It kind of serves the purpose of displaying a few words. For example, I'm trying to learn research. I didn't know how to write research. I always got that wrong. Delucidations, like disambiguation, elucidation, all this shit. You know, kind of translation and synonyms. I write them here. Pronunciations with the audio. It's kind of, you know, I open this every day, so maybe by seeing that I kind of get used to learning that. But I'm kind of not using that, honestly. Like, to be practical and humble, I'm not using this, honestly. So I could replace it, but still I still like having some kind of spotlight. Maybe I should change this from like space repetition to spotlight. And because spotlight is the heading inside the vocabulary note. Like if I open this embed, this is an embed, okay? If I open this, this opens the actual tab that was displaying, and it has a spotlight here. It's just like a small heading here with all of the text that is going to be displayed on the note. Nothing crazy, but maybe I can change this spotlight to here, maybe right here in spotlight, and just add whatever the fuck I want. Every day is a different one. Maybe I'm wanting to learn stuff. Though, what I would like to have is, for example, a quick navigation, you know, quick access. And also I would like to have, for studying, a studying roadmap. Because this is one problem I've encountered. I never fucking know what to go ahead and study. Like, I have a priority tab. At the same time, though, it's kind of kind of never know what to actually look for, unless I learn by watching a video and taking notes, I guess. But maybe I want to exercise, maybe like I want to practice writing down chemical names, okay? But it's kind of hard to navigate to that, okay? Because it is a file, a Excalibur file. So it would be cool if I had a map of, you know, all the things I needed to do in order to reach a certain learning goal. For example, I want to learn about the nutrients and how they affect your body of meat, okay? Nutrients of meat. What I need to know, I would like to know before, for example, the vitamin structures and how they interact with all the, like, what are their role in enzyme, you know, regulation and shit. You know, having a, and I made that, okay, I made that actually. It's called Study Roadmap. I also made a drawing, I thought it would be better. And yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. Also having a map of what I need to do, like in terms of studying, would be cool. And I was thinking, imagine if I could just switch on the home page, sorry, on the daily note, I could switch between, for example, the vocabulary page, the quick access page, and the studying page. It would be amazing. And I think I can do that because I'm learning how to use MetaBind, which is a button that you can click and maybe hopefully it will cycle through stuff. Maybe. I think there is a way to do that. I can cycle through, maybe I can like literally physically delete this whole thing and replace it with something else on a click. Then I click another I click the button and it opens another thing. Maybe I can have 3 buttons and each of them opens, like, it replaces the first text, which I already saw you can do. Yeah, maybe there is a solution. Yeah, I mean, I can display different things and shit. Yeah, very great idea. I think I'm gonna do that. But tomorrow, because it's kind of late, I don't think I will walk tomorrow because it's raining. I don't think we will walk with rain, so I will wake up at the same still as I was going to work. But if I get a call from my friend, I'm not going to work. And I can focus on studying or doing business, which, speaking of that, I've not been I've done like a hardcore day of like 10 outreaches, and then I've not done any yesterday and today. Also that, yeah, it's not the best thing. Yeah, I don't have anything else to complain, honestly. That was a long one. I probably talked a lot of shit. I was kind of displaying my thoughts because a problem I'm having these days is having too much to think. My to-do list is full. I'm writing down every little bullshit I can think of because at the end of the day, I don't want to forget about those. Like it sounds like I don't want to write those down, but I want to because I will forget. I think having them is better than not having them because you're kind of hiding things you will have to do in the future, so might as well write them down to have them mapped out. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of it. I think I'm getting closer and closer to optimizing the Obsidian workflow, my personal Obsidian stuff. Hopefully I can get the plugin to work again, so I don't lose all the fucking notes, because the last times I had to recover them. Yeah. Hopefully this goes well. And yeah, I'm actually getting pretty... I'm liking this stuff. Like I'm liking how I'm organizing this knowledge. I'm kind of not at the same time, but I mean, I kind of still am. So I have no idea what I'm talking about honestly at this point. Yeah, I go to sleep and hopefully everything will get better and I will focus on my goals more. Also, that we made a group with our friends, you know, the serious people friends, and I think I gotta interact more, and I also have to find a way to show them my progress and my not progress. I also would like to implement a weekly review, yeah, so I can maybe send them that, something like that. Also to see myself, what I'm doing and what I'm not doing. And I also would like to link the goals, like the money goals page I have on Obsidian, because before I had it on Notion and every day I just updated it and wrote things down. I would love to have the possibility to link like the task completion in the note to to my daily notes. So every time I tick off, for example, a recurring task I have daily, for example, do 5 reach outs on Reddit, it automatically like checks a box for the day in the goal setting page. Or in general, I want to implement the goal setting page more into my vision, because I'm kind of forgetting about that. Maybe add that to the top page of my daily note. That can be a thing maybe. So yeah, I mean, just have to find those. I think that's kind of it. I want to link everything closer so I have access to it better. And yeah, I don't know what to say now. So it was a 30-minute video. I didn't say anything emotional. I was just explaining what I'm doing as a fucking happy child. And I mean, I think I'm good. I did the fucking thing today, so I can check that off. That's the only reason I did that. But as always, I get carried away and I just start talking the most useless shit, man. Maybe this is because I don't have anyone to talk to, but yeah, very sad. Review Flashcard. So yeah, I think I'm going to go to bed and prepare a few things maybe. No, actually not. Wash my teeth and go to sleep by reviewing some flashcards. Okay? Good night.